6:37 now, some education news for you this morning. Governor Brian Kemp's amended budget for the 2026 fiscal year shows that the Georgia Promise Scholarship is facing a nearly $86 million one-time funding cut. Last year, more than 20,000 students applied for the program, but less than half actually met the eligibility requirements.
Now, about 8,000 students living in low-performing school zones met the requirements for a $6,500 private school voucher. Our education reporter Naomi Washington's here with this update. So, Naomi, what does this cut mean for students on the scholarship and for families hoping to apply next year?
Good morning. Nothing will happen to people on the scholarship right now or possibly in this upcoming year. Governor Brian Kemp recommended this one-time cut to better match how many students are actually using the program right now. And with fewer than 8,000 recipients, the program costs the state about $50 million in its first year, even though lawmakers set aside $141 million. Between March and December 2025, more than 20,000 students applied for the Georgia Promise Scholarship. That $141 million budget would have been enough for nearly all of them to receive a $6,500 award. But only about 7,700 students met the eligibility requirements. Georgia Public Policy Foundation President and CEO Kyle Wingfield says lawmakers expected this kind of adjustment when they first approved the program.
What they decided in the end was to say, well, we'll fund them all. We'll see how many get used. And then any that don't get used, you can always take that money back out of the budget at the end of the year.
That's the process happening now as lawmakers work through the amended budget. Looking ahead to fiscal year 2027, Governor Kemp is proposing full funding for the program again. But not every lawmaker supports the Georgia Promise Scholarship. Democratic Representative Floyd Griffin of Milledgeville held a news conference Tuesday at the Georgia Capitol. He introduced a substitute bill that could replace the program entirely and let Georgia voters decide its future in November. Griffin says the Georgia Promise bill passed by just one vote in 2024.
One vote margin is not a mandate. It is a sign that the House was divided and that serious questions remain unresolved.
Wingfield says his organization is independent from the state, but provides research to lawmakers as these decisions are made.
We would expect to see demand go up in year two. So you just want to make sure you can accommodate all those students. And then if there's money left over this time next year, this process seems to work really well.
Now, lawmakers still need to approve the amended 2026 budget, including this one-time cut to the Promise Scholarship. They also haven't yet passed a budget for fiscal year 2027.
All right, thank you, Naomi. Now, Wingfield says one possible reason so many applicants didn't qualify is that Georgia has more requirements than states with similar programs.
Applications are closed for this school year, but they will open again in March for next fall.